vacation isn't the only way to get away. One Ohioan says the joy found in a cool toy can be the perfect escape. He's made it his mission to bring together the coolest toys on earth for those young and young at heart to enjoy.
Look at all the animals. What is that? What does a lion say?
This father of 4
That's right.
knows a lot about toys. But Elliot Warner's passion for collecting began long before he became a dad.
I was selling GoPed scooters and kites and boomerangs in college just for the fun of it. When I got back to Cincinnati, I decided to start my own business and start selling the coolest toys on earth.
15 years and 2 stores later,
Coolest toys, it's a dream come true.
Warner fills his Cincinnati area toy stores with rare and unique finds.
Here we go. This has got over 2,000 songs in it, and it's all handmade. It's basically a giant music box. We try to stay away from big box brands. We try to focus on homemade or handmade crafted stuff.
Some toys will blow you away.
This is called a bucket of air. Gotcha.
Some toys will take you to new heights.
My other favorite is the fly machine that you strap to your back. You run down a soccer field and away you go.
But each toy must get the okay from those on the coolest toy board.
I hand them to my kids, and they're the real test subjects. They give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Here's a new toy that we've tested in my own backyard. It's a flamethrower. It shoots gasoline or diesel fuel about 40 feet, and there's a torch that ignites it, so you can light up the night sky with this flamethrower. I did this in my backyard off the deck. My wife had a fit. I had to bring it.
That toy should only be used by adults. But as Warner always says, everybody needs toys.
Especially in today's day and age with all the craziness in this world, it's nice to just get away. But you don't need to go on vacation. You can come in the coolest toys and just enjoy the coolest toys on earth. It'll put a smile on your face, and then it's back to the daily grind.
Now that is not your average toy store. Coolest Toys on Earth has a location in Marymount and another in Milford. You can also purchase rare and unique finds on the store's online shop. When glass meets heat, the result can be a work of art. That technique is on full display at the Franklin Park Conservatory in Columbus. I met with a glass blower who shares how he broke into the industry and how you could give it a try.
This furnace is actually held at 2100 degrees, and we keep it there 24/7.
Glass blower Forge Garibrand doesn't crack under pressure.
There's a lot of breaking. You break a lot of glass. To be a good glass blower, you have to know how to break glass precisely.
He's been working on his craft for 8 years after an introductory class sparked his interest.
I made a pumpkin. I loved how the glass felt, and it just kind of got me hooked, so I ended up going to school for it.
Now he teaches the art of glass blowing to others inside the Franklin Park Conservatory's hot shop.
We're going to pick up some color, and then once I have a good coat on there, I'm going to take it up here and melt it in. I'm just constantly rotating it.
Ornaments, bowls, vases, and cups. There's a variety of pieces hot shop visitors can learn to create.
We're really just trying to push education and getting it out there, and getting the word out that glass blowing is a thing and everyone is able to do it.
Or you can simply sit back and watch a demonstration.
So this basically just gets it into a good shape to put a bubble into. These tools have stayed the same. These are basically from like medieval times.
Each class takes guests through the glass blowing process from start to finish.
A lot of my conceptual work is made based off of neurology and memory. We actually have a piece of mine in the gallery at the conservatory right now. Those pieces mean a lot to me just because it's coming out of my conceptual work.
But it's the challenges that come with the art form that drive Forge to the furnace.
I think it's the satisfaction you get from making something. One of the main things with blowing glass is keeping things centered, making sure everything's symmetrical. And I think that's one of the things that really gets me addicted to it. I just want to keep making things refined and just trying harder and harder every time.
And it is pretty cool to see that transformation from start to finish. The Hot Shop offers daily demonstrations, and you can make your own work of art during classes held on select days throughout the week. Bright lights with a nostalgic walk down memory lane. A unique Cincinnati museum is doing just that. And if you're wondering how to find it, well, just follow the signs. Big, small, bright, or hand-painted.
We cover about 100 years worth of signs.
At the American Sign Museum, there's a lot to see and even more to learn.
Signs are one of those things that we kind of take for granted. So when you get to see them up close and like on your eye level, it really kind of brings home some of that craftsmanship.
Aaron Holland spends a great deal of time getting an up-close look at the collection as the museum's director of engagement.
One of our crowd favorites here at the American Sign Museum is, of course, the big boy. The Frisch's East Coast big boy had the red hair, he had the running pose, these striped overalls, and in the back pocket here, his beloved slingshot.
Other eye catchers include the satellite Shopland sign made in the 50s, inspired by the space craze, and this massive McDonald's sign from the 60s, which features the fast food chain's original mascot.
There is an importance to them that shows kind of how pop culture and our society has worked and changed. One of the main draws of the museum is our Main Street display. We've designed it to actually look like if you were walking down the little inner corridor of the downtown USA city.
And through these glass windows.
These are our friends Neon Works. They actually fabricate and repair neon signs.
Museum visitors get a behind-the-scenes look at how signs of today come to be. So if you're looking for a reason to visit, here's a sign.
I hope they take away a little bit of that nostalgia coming in and having that moment of, oh yes, this is a lot of fun, it's bright, it's cheerful. So kind of getting that happy feeling of spending some time in the lights and learning a little bit of something along the way too.
And you have to be there to really experience just how big some of these signs are. Now, the American Sign Museum was created in 1999. The museum also hosts weddings, parties, and programs both in person and virtually. So it doesn't matter where you are in the Buckeye State, you can still experience the museum. The holidays are full of family traditions, and while they vary for the most of us, the goal for all of us is to spend time together. This holiday season, an Ohio family bonded over gingerbread, coconut, and lots of frosting to create an award-winning and meaningful work of art that other families can enjoy.
This one's my favorite. I like the birds on the top.
Home. It's a four-letter word that has a different meaning for us all. But when pieced together by candy,
Those are edible rocks.
the result can be rather sweet.
Then the eyes on the snowman are made out of peppercorn.
For 12-year-old Carmen Kimmel, home means sandy beaches and palm trees.
My Lola and Lola, my grandparents, they immigrated from the Philippines.
After a year of in-depth planning
I wrote out all the measurements.
and some help from Mom Nanette, her gingerbread Nipa hut was entered into the Franklin Park Conservatory's annual gingerbread competition.
The Nipa hut or the Bahay Kubo, it's a traditional home in the Philippines that is made out of bamboo and other renewable, sustainable resources. And oftentimes, you know, the families that have a Bahay Kubo or a Nipa hut in their yard, they build it with their community, and it's something that's shared.
Carmen's Nipa hut is held together by pretzels and coconut, decorated with licorice and filled with traditional Filipino food. The mother-daughter duo say the time spent making it was the fun part.
We got to spend a lot of time together, and we got to experiment with different things, and I got to learn more about my culture.
Winning first place was just the icing on top.
It feels amazing.
There are so many awesome entries here today that are really creative, and so it was great to be a part of that, and we're really honored to be chosen.
Now, my gingerbread houses never come out that good. The theme of this year's competition is There's No Place Like Home for the holidays. Winners were chosen in 3 categories. You can see Carmen's house and the rest of the display at the conservatory through the end of December. Also, Conservatory Aglow continues at Franklin Park through January 9th. And here's a look at a few other events you can enjoy this holiday weekend. There is still time to catch a holiday favorite. The Nutcracker continues its run in Cincinnati tonight and on Sunday. In Cleveland, mark Christmas Eve with a special reading of The Night Before Christmas this afternoon at Public Square. Also, tonight is your last chance to visit Santa's Village at Crocker Park. Head out for last-minute shopping, a ride on the express train, and some photos with Santa himself. For the details on these events and more, as always, you can head to SpectrumNews1.com. There's your holiday weekend pass. Hope it's a great one.